All right. So now this song is another song that's in an odd time signature. It's in 5/4. So if you were to count it out, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very tricky to count and play at the same time, and I don't really recommend it, but just in case you wanted to know, that's what it is. But like a lot of these songs, you don't really need to count it to play it. You just need to feel the long and short and match it up with the lyrics. And the cool thing about this song is your left hand is going to be doing the same thing for the entire song. Hooray. So once you learn these few shapes, then that's it for the whole song. All right, so the first few notes you're going to play here is this key, F sharp in the left hand, A, and D on top with your thumb. A nice D major chord shape, and then after you play this, you're going to move down. Your pinky will be on E, G sharp, and B on top. So again, if I was counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's your long chord first, short, long chord again, which is E, A, C sharp on top, long, and then the last chord is short again, D, F sharp, A. So really the chords are just this D shape, E major, A major, D major again, and it's long, short, long, short, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what you play for the verses, the choruses, all of it. That's what you need. Now the right hand has this pretty little melody on top. And you can just focus on this top part I'm playing. I add a couple other notes in my thumb, which I'll explain. But all that's necessary really is just A, B, C sharp for the first chord. Then E, A, B for the second chord. So again, A, B, C sharp, E, A, B. And then for the next chord, back to that first one again, A, B, C sharp. And for the last chord, E, B, A. So all of that together is... And then it just repeats. Now, I do add a couple other notes with my thumb, which you can add. I'm kind of just sort of filling out the chord. They're optional, so it's totally up to you. So the first one, I add an F sharp. So I just hold that F sharp while I'm playing the first notes, A, B, C sharp. And then I just play E, A, B, and then on this chord here, I add another E in my thumb in the right hand. So those are the only two extra notes I'm adding with my thumb. So the F sharp here and the E here. So the song starts out just by playing this part as an intro. Now the song is fairly long, and of course the intro has a lot of drums and other stuff happening, but I kind of shorten it because we don't really have all those other drums and stuff if you're just playing solo piano. So I just play this pattern through a couple times, and on the second time I don't finish it. I just stay on the B and I don't play A. Because I just feel like it kind of gives a cool little hold your breath moment before we start the verse. But that's a totally stylistic choice. And then you have your verse. It's been a long time, and seeing the shape of your name still spells out pain. Now this one is really tricky to play and sing, especially because some of the lyrics don't totally line up with the piano. In the chorus, they kind of do really nicely. Yes, I got your letter. You're singing the words at the same rhythm of the right hand, but the verse doesn't really link up that way, so it is really tricky. I recommend going in very small sections and just working on, say, it's been a long time, and thinking, okay, it's been a long time starts on my second chord. Again, using the beginning of the phrase to sort of mark where you're singing and practicing singing these phrases separately from playing so that by the time you play them together, hopefully that memory work of how to sing the phrase will kind of just take over because it's really hard to think about where all the words line up with the notes. And that's what you do for the entire verse. And what I like to do is in between the verses and choruses in this recording, there's this beautiful sort of string section that happens, which we don't really have if we're playing solo piano. So what I like to do is I like to just sort of fill in some higher pretty notes on piano. So I'll show you what that's like. It's been a long time, and seeing the shape of your name still spells out pain. It wasn't right the way it all went down. Looks like you know that now. Yes, I got your letter. So that's how I fill in that pause. And the notes I'm playing on top are D, E, A. I'm just arpeggiating them, which means I'm playing them low to high, kind of quickly like that. And I'm doing the same thing up here, although I'm going a little too high for you to see, but it's still just D, E, and then A. Now what I do, because I want to keep the song sort of different every time, is sometimes when I'm pausing between my verse chorus, I'll play both of these. Sometimes I'll just play one of them and then go into the chorus. Sometimes I'll just finish my verse and I won't even play it. I'll just go right into the chorus. And that's kind of because I'm just trying to mix things up. And some of the words feel like they want to move faster. Some of them feel like they want to move slower. And because the chords of the song are really all the same, doing little ornaments like this is one way that we can make the song sound different and sound like it's moving, even though a lot of it is really the same. So then you've got your chorus. Yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know you right to the bone. But because it's a chorus and I'm playing still the same part for the verse, I like to add some extra notes now in my right hand. And this is partly because I'm hearing different things going on in the recording and I'm just trying to sort of pick up extra notes or string parts and add them. And I want to make the chorus sound bigger and fuller than the verse. So what I like to do is this. Yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know you right to the bone. So I added a harmony part to my A, B, C sharp. And that's, I'm playing in thirds above. So when I play the A, I'm hitting C sharp. When I play the B, I'm hitting D. And when I play C sharp, I'm also hitting E, like that. And I usually start that in the sort of second phrase of the chorus. But again, you can throw this anywhere. You can throw it into the verses, like anywhere you feel like having a little extra note on top might sound cool and really embellish the song. So what it sounds like with the chords now is... So sometimes I'll just add it whenever I would play A, B, C sharp. The rest of it, this part down here, I'm kind of just keeping the same. So what that ends up sounding like is, yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know you right to the bone. Yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. I know that it's over. I don't need your closure. Your closure. And then we have another pause. And then it goes to the second verse. So yeah, you can just throw those notes in kind of wherever you feel like. Now, of course, we do have another section in this song, which is the bridge. And again, it's still the same chords. It's still the same right-hand notes. So I also throw in more of these. Maybe because I don't start the chorus with these first, I'll start them there. Honestly, I'm really just going by what I feel like sounds good in the moment. I don't really pre-plan it that much. Yeah, so that part of the song is, I know I'm just a wrinkle in your new life. Staying friends would iron it out so nice. And again, this part, just like your verse, just like your chorus, make sure you just know where these vocal phrases are starting. So, for example, I know, we're kind of starting on the second note of the right hand here. I know, I'm just a wrinkle in your new life. So if the phrase doesn't sound like it's starting right on a note, it's probably going to be in between a couple notes. So you have to decide, am I playing this note and then singing after it? Am I playing this note and singing at the same time? And again, I'm not going to go through that for every single note because it would just make this video extremely long. But if there is any specific spot where you just are having a really hard time with how is it lining up in this bridge, in this chorus, just let me know and I'll be glad to give you some extra pointers on that. So basically, that's it for the whole song. Now the ending, there's two other little ornamentations I like to do here in the middle of the song and the end. So after you get through this bridge, I know I'm just a wrinkle in your new life. Staying friends would iron it out so nice. Guilty, guilty, reaching out across the sea that you put between you and me. But it's fake and it's oh so unnecessary. And now it's the last chorus. Yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. It cut deep to know you're right to the bone. Yes, I got your letter. Yes, I'm doing better. I know that it's over. I don't need your closure, closure, yeah, closure. Your closure, your closure. So there's a little spot at the end where I actually usually take this an octave higher. And instead of doing the regular E, B, A, we're now going to play E, G sharp, A. Your closure. So whenever you hear Taylor Swift singing that particular melody, da da da, in the song, I like to mimic that on the piano. And for the very end of the song, I play it an octave higher. And that's kind of how I end it. The song ends a little bit differently. There's more string stuff happening. But again, this is the way I'm kind of choosing to revamp it for solo piano. And then the only other thing that you have to add to this song, well, not that you have to, that you could add to this song to embellish it further and keep changing it up is even higher notes in the harmony. So there's this part in the second verse that I really love where it sounds like there's this really high note ringing out for just a second. And I'll show you how I play that. So the second verse starts out with, don't treat me like some situation that needs to be handled. So what I played there was, so that's A, B with an F sharp on top, and then back to the regular pattern, which I think just adds a really cool little spark. And then when I get to the next phrase, I play A and F sharp. So I'm fine with my spite and my tears and my beers and my candles. So I'll play through that whole part of the second verse again. Don't treat me like some situation that needs to be handled. I'm fine with my spite and my tears and my beers and my candles. I can feel you smoothing me over. Yes, I got you, and so on and so forth. So again, once you know this chord sequence and these notes, these melody notes, everything else I've described to you is extra. The harmonies are extra, adding this little F sharp note is extra, and all this stuff. So make sure you've got that fundamental melody and chord in the left hand down first. And from there, it's just icing on the cake and having fun with it. So I really hope that this video helps you guys play this beautiful song. Please let me know if you like it, if you have any questions or requests, and let's have fun playing Taylor Swift songs.